Hello there, and welcome back to KotOR Loses for the continuation of our Old Republic campaign in Revan's Revenge 0.4, a work-in-progress version of the mod. So in the first episode, we took off running, flying, spacing with the Republic, and we claimed Onderon and Duxon, so we got some KotOR planets under our belt already. We are still building up some of our starting infrastructure, but our economy's doing okay. And then my throat doesn't work. But we are going to be recording 2 episodes today, live on twitch.tv/KotOR. This campaign is going to be live every Tuesday and Friday until it is complete, unless I'm not in the city for some reason. But I'll know in advance when that happens. So our plan right now is to try to secure the territory we have in the core, which means taking out Basilisk, which is currently only a level 1 shipyard because it is, like I was saying, the same as the TR and FOTR setups, but it'll probably be higher later. And then Ord Mantell. Because I think once we have those taken, we're going to try to take this little spur of southern territory that'll have Ubrikia and Nalhutta, but mostly we'll need to take the Mandalorian and Sith planets down here. Because the Hutts are not going to be active, but they will have some fairly big fleets that we need to get through. So we will... I think I said I was going to split this fleet up a little bit, so we'll take Dodonna and Kareth out of there. Let's put them over here, and I suppose having Toledo and these guys works. So we have this fleet that's building up for Ord Mantell. It's nearly ready. We have a Swiftsure in there. So we'll need to see what's going on in both of these. Looks more like a helmet than a probe droid. It kind of looks like Dirge's head or something, or a Mandalorian face. Dirge would be upset if I compared him to a Mandalorian, so I won't do that again. But let's see. We'll get our second Swiftsure. That is hopefully going to be able to go into this fleet. And we're still on Cruel, so I need to be a little bit mindful of what I leave open. So Dodonna and Saul can go up to Amanoth. That's probably going to be a different fleet later. And this will be the ground force that we try to invade with... because you're coming over here. There we go. We have some spies for these planets. They shouldn't be too dangerous right now, so I'm not super worried just yet. As Cruel continues to take effect, they're probably going to slowly outscale us. But Amanoth, we can build you up. Onderon, we're actually nearly done with the station level there. But we'll keep going with these. So Duxon is not going to be a border planet. Onderon kind of is. So let's get some tax agencies going on there. Technically, Duxon's only going to get us another 50 credits, but we'll still build our tax agency on that. Vina, no. Alright, so this fleet is hanging out. I'm probably going to pull out the named one, Adonai's Servant and Space Kipper. They're going to come back for this fleet, I think. And then as soon as this Swiftsure is done, I'm going to put that in the KotOR fleet. Or I can start moving them over to Coruscant. We can just launch the attack from Coruscant. We're taking them to Coruscant. To Isengard. Guard. How big does that need to be? We'll get a couple more units building up on that. I kind of want to save up for our first inexpugnable, but I don't know if that's going to be Popsicle. Okay, so Ord Mantell shouldn't be too bad to take. Neither should Basilisk. They're still close to just the starting forces on those two. Which makes sense considering they are lower level shipyards. So let's get little guy in our Pathfinder slot, and we should be good to get over there. You guys can come up here. Alright, into the battle we go. And I think this is our first use of the Swiftsure. Tactical pop is 200 for everyone
Choose your
right now.
reinforcements.
It's gone from 300 to 200. Just it's basically the number there is just about granularity. But let's see. You, Swiftsure, can
Heading to destination.
do that. What's your name? I missed your name. We lucky few. Then Ashurbanipal, Baby Alarin, and Black Eagles, which I think we've used a stalwart before.
Choose your reinforcements.
But we have the Chemplex station. This is one of the level 4 stations. That is gonna stay the Republic station. I don't think it'll remain for anyone else long term. But as I was kind of talking about in the first episode, it is going to be everyone's level 4 station in the first release. Then we'll bring in Axe Head Body Spray, going in blind, Iron Hammer, Iron Hand of Coruscant, Voracious, Melee, Kelly Kimalak, Steiner Scout, and just a regular Hammerhead. Alright. So the Swiftsure is one of our beefier units, but like it's still gonna be vulnerable if it gets focus fired on. Luckily, they shouldn't have too much that's going to focus fire on us right now. Get our bombers over to that goal in. Alright. I do still have the testing, like, diagnostic messages on from testing blood sport, blood rush, blood lust, whatever we end up calling it. So at least we'll still know what's going on with that, even if it doesn't have the flavor text. And are they coming for it? They are not. Alright. Let's make sure these bombers don't get too much done. And I think we have to send our bombers over there to make sure we get stuff done. Alright. They are... Need to move some of those lights away from the rig. We'll have to start moving some of these other units in closer. We need to have our actual forces engaged here, because we lucky few can only tank for so long.
Y-wing here. Form up. Awaiting orders.
And
I'm here. Target confirmed.
there. Let's keep them engaged that way. We'll take out the Golan first. Keep the bombers on this. And now let's send those other bombers back over there.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
A lot of the fighters are basically the fighter setup and the point defense are basically the most work in progress parts of the units in the mod. At least on the space side. Where on ground, most things are kind of where they're gonna be. So let's see. I think that's fine. Yeah, we can just get you away. You are taking some heat from their bombers. I can probably bring the Oryx away from this because you're still going to be able to do some damage. And that axe head is going to get us through here.
Reporting in.
Axe head body spray, yes. Look at it go. And I don't know, I guess, no, we had Dorak there as the Jedi we'll use to take Basilisk. I think that's who was there. So we'll keep Juhani up north. It claims Karth is a Jedi in the screen in the first episode. Don't worry, he's not. He's gonna be, unless Jedi means whiny, that's the only way Karth's a Jedi. We will make sure that Karth whines at you as much as possible. Like, there was some definite concern about that in the comments. It'll be accounted for.
I'll take care of it.
Fire.
Initiate assault.
All right, they are leaving. Basically, had their station down. Good thing it's not base game, or else all of my stuff would have just exploded. And we'll have a similar job at Ord Mantell. Maybe slightly harder, because that's a level 2 shipyard. But let's bring in you guys.
Transmission received.
We're Revan and Malak are staying over here. They're buddies. And you have a full fleet. I don't think we need to pull anything out of there. So we'll want to build that up into another whole fleet. And I think we can split up Kareth and Dodonna. So Dodonna, you're going to go up to here.
Proceeding.
And we have Vandar here as well. So Dorak, Vandar, and Karth. We got a lot of hero options here.
Construction complete. Invasion commencing.
And they have some pretty decent garrisons on that. I am kind of interested to see who's going to come out on top when the Sith and Mandalorians are fighting each other as we go after the Hutts. Because we'll go for these two and then probably straight to Bothawai. So we'll focus on the Mandalorian and Sith planets that are down south. But we are going to take the Hutts after that. And I don't think I need a field base for this right now. We'll get the airspeeders, and we'll get a civil authority gunship. I don't know why I pronounced it like that.
Squad, move out.
That's another one of the units we haven't actually used yet. But that is our gunship unit. The name might have given away to you. I don't know. Just a chance. We've got our infantry support going out there. I'm going to fly out to the middle with these guys so that they can respond in either direction. And then we'll have possibly a Jedi on each side. You may notice some visual similarities between Vandar and another Jedi of a similar species. That is
Ready for orders.
entirely you making connections that aren't there. There's no other. It's possibly more a reflection on you than the model. So, okay, you guys got to get over here now. Yeah, that didn't work out as well for us.
At the ready.
Okay, I think we need to just take Vandar and Dorak. Arth, you get in. And let's hold on to that and maybe move some of these to the east. But no, we gotta focus on these basilisks. And let's bring in a Warwalker. Again, legally distinct from an AT-AT or an AT-TE. Totally different.
Ready for orders.
Okay, you guys can maybe chase down some of these gifts as they're coming around. You don't want to be. You want to be too in the weeds there. That's very dangerous stuff. And I don't have any artillery on this one, so let's send Karth and the heavier vehicles over here.
Ready to receive orders.
While the infantry goes north
Comlink active.
with
As you
Vandar
wish. Squadron moving
and
out.
Dorak.
Firing.
Roger that. Ground target locked.
Reinforcement point.
Okay, this is not a planet that they have any
We've lost a landing zone.
any heroes on.
Form up.
I mean, we technically have more heroes than anyone else by a significant margin right now.
Moving out.
But there are plenty of options for heroes and how we're going to be handling some of the hero-related mechanics. Like the Mandalorians are going to have fairly flexible heroes despite having probably the fewest. So the way the Mandalorian heroes are going to work for several of them are they'll have the option to go between a ground or a space version. They aren't going to be like pure ground or space where you can just use them as whatever whenever you want. But they will be able to swap between them. Because you don't want to have the whole faction be like ground and space at all times. They'd just be going around the galaxy doing everything together. And that would be bad. But they have a few forms that they can upgrade between a few... okay, Karth, you can get back.
Acknowledged.
You do seem to be full of
Frog Windsor walk around. Let's see if I can
Bombers.
get there.
We'll clear the way for you.
But yeah,
Unit destroyed.
like the Mandalorians would be the most likely to have a couple, like have more heroes that skew towards the both ground and space side. But even some of their little shitter rally masters will be
Yes, Commander. Target acquired.
we'll have ground versions and space versions, and you can kind of decide which one you want. Or if you do want to switch them back and forth all the time, that's going to be a bit of a cost, but if that's what you decide is worth it, then that's on you. It's not my fault. Okay. Dorak, yeah, can you get that?
A long time have I watched.
Where's Vandar? Vandar's over here.
Surprise.
Okay, get out of there, cockatrices. Alright, we'll get a couple shots of some zoomed inness. So the kind of naval troopers here are fairly old models. I believe they're the ones from Ages of Star Wars, an old KotOR mod that really old Empire at War fans might remember. That involved several of the devs from EAWX back in the day. But we also have a few other ones. And, of course, Jedi, they are using some placeholders. This is definitely not Yoda. And definitely not Mace. This is, again, very, very different characters. These are not Yoda and Mace. There we go. We destroyed the base, so they're heading out, even though there's still a couple units that are running around.
Planetary control
And over time, of course, those will be swapped out with their proper intended character models, but just well we get established character models, like I was kind of talking about, are the harder things to make. So it'll take a bit more time before they are ready. So let's get you guys out to Dodonna's fleet that I was holding off on. Then you can get up to Toledo's fleet. All right. So we want to get that planet. I think we have to just try with what we have here.
Heading to destination.
So let's go in.
Tactical battle imminent.
All right. I think with the Swiftsure, we should still be able to tank this Chemplex. And need a hand in the battle. That is our Coruscant here. Coruscant courier.
Choose your reinforcements.
And let's put in Spirit of Arcadia. Stay a little bit further back with them. Then we have Rakata's Destruction. We have Res Publica. We have Mjolnir and just a regular Hammerhead. And our hero. Which one was this? Somos? I think this is Somos. This was Noma Somos.
Open fire.
Engines to full.
Shipping in 1 to 2 business days has also entered the battle. So let's get this set up here.
Gunship reporting.
So you'll notice once we have an inexpugnable, there are some differences between the models of the inexpugnable and the Swiftsure. So I'll try to do a comparison shot of them once that's possible. But here we go. Let's see what things look like in the battle. There's some Shadlars from the Mandalorian Corvettes. There's actually still 2 Mandalorian space units that are being added that aren't in the game yet. They're 2 dungeon ships actually. So not the Lictor. That is later. That's a latter day Mandalorian dungeon ship. But there are
What's your request?
2 dungeon ship types, the Basur and the Barur and Rasur. We had to come up with names for them. So,
Weapons armed.
but they will have some of the iconic dungeon ships. Well, iconic in that dungeon ships are iconic. Not that the types of dungeon ship are iconic, because they are just background comic images, as so many things in this era are. Arc Trooper is asking in chat, will Revan be sent on missions to recruit Jedi to fight the Mandos, as the Jedi were against fighting them? Not sent on missions to do that. There are going to be, like, the fact that Revan is out doing that is going to be at least part of some mechanic decisions, but, like, we're not removing the other ones necessarily from contention when they're around. But most of those characters will come from that, and that'll impact what happens later on.
Here on the move.
But yeah, it won't be like a tactical mission where you're like sending Revan out to recruit people. But the options you have for your Jedi command staff during the war will be influenced by that kind of thing. Like Mitra will be on that, and then some of the characters we have right now will only be available during
Not a problem.
during the like Jedi Civil War period. But there also may be some other choices you're able to make that influence that kind of thing.
Ready for duty. Attack. Roger that.
But in that period, there will also be like the Revan party as well, and that's where there'd be more of an active choice in like who's specifically with Revan when you're putting together your KotOR party. But that's still a ways off.
Yes, Command. I'll take care of it. Head that direction.
Awaiting
I think with the Swiftsure covering
copy.
our advance, we'll be able to hit
Open
the
fire.
Chemplex first.
Reporting in.
So, well, let's take out that Vergeware.
Open fire.
And
This way.
luckily, they didn't roll any Andosies or anything here, but I think I actually took that out of their spawn pools before starting the campaign. Big old pyramids, apparently very common in the galaxy around this time.
I copy.
Receiving your transmission.
I think I should move you
Awaiting
away.
coordinates.
I think that's gonna
Awaiting
be a
instruction.
bit too damaging.
Captain here.
Yes, Commander.
Reporting.
Don't get stuck anywhere. You don't need to be in range of those.
Ready. Moving into position.
Awaiting orders. Moving ahead.
Responding.
Alright. So we're starting to take out the weapons on the Chemplex. I think we need to focus on the ones that are going to be facing
Let's do some damage.
Spirit of Arcadia.
Weapons armed.
Because otherwise, Spirit could end up in trouble. And I think I need to send Nomos out as well.
Cruiser ready.
So you guys get that.
Firing turbo releases.
Concussion Sphere. The type of weapon that is fairly old. It's like an old space concussion weapon that isn't really used in the later eras we cover in the other mods.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
That's why it doesn't have its text up yet. It's still getting set up with the like art and projectile and everything.
For effect.
So they do mostly what they're supposed to, but it's
Firing turbo releases.
another one of the new things for the mods period.
All
Come
guns
hit back.
fire.
Alright.
Can't hold out much longer.
I think we're
Firing
mostly
turbo
through the
releases.
weapons that are going to be a threat over here. Thank you, J. Tyloo, for subscribing with Prime. Very appreciated.
Fire for effect.
We'll have to go from here to the Golan.
Cruiser.
How's everyone's shields on that? I think I can start bringing Somos back in.
Here. Firing turbo releases. Fire for
Oh,
effect.
oops. There's apparently a missing hardpoint on that.
Dreadnought
Or a
cruiser
misnamed
ready.
bone.
Firing turbo
I'll have to check that.
releases.
Weapons charged. Assault
I
Brigadier.
copy.
Heavy cruiser standing by. All ahead.
Squadron. moving
Alright,
out.
we'll need to force a retreat.
Yes, Commander.
You guys get that. I'm gonna send the bombers out there.
Captain here.
We're nearly through the station. And I might even be able to send you over here.
By.
Those bombers should be more than enough to get through there.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
But still.
Ready, sir. Draw their fire.
Well, it's very appreciated, J. Tyler.
I'm here.
Gunship reporting.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
Okay.
Captain here. All guns fire.
I need help.
Firing turbo releases. Engines to full.
Alright, if they don't retreat, then I will just leave and come back. Because it'll be a lower level station when we come back because of how Empire War stations degrade. And then we'll just need to destroy that. Oh shit. Somos had lost her engines.
Construction complete.
Rip. Well, there was no way around that. It would have had to be an auto resolve if not.
Destination
So,
confirmed.
Yes, tactical battle.
he was probably done anyways. That should be something that I can actually fix in the playthrough. But here we have. So technically, this is the level 1 station right now. But this is actually the model we're using for the relay. It'll probably be switched out with a different level 1 station sooner than later.
Moving into position.
Proceeding.
Where like the Sith territory that they start with tend to not have
Heading out.
the best
Online.
shipyard access.
Direct fire
And one of the ways that the Sith government mechanics work is related to the Star Forge. So on the planets that have the star maps, they have a special like level 4 shipyard equivalent that's going to be using these guys. Oop, that must be another mistake in the coding for the hard points. But the way that mechanic works is they'll be able to build those on planets like Mananaan, wherever the star maps are for the Star Forge, and that's their connection to the Star Forge. So the units that are built at the Star Forge come out through like that acts as the shipyard connection to it, and the Republican Mandalorians go through those planets, they find the star maps, and then when you find all the star maps, that's how you trigger the battle at the Star Forge to take those out for the Sith. And that's kind of like the battle you're building up to for the other factions. So it is a slightly different way to go about shipyard construction and setting up that final battle. Rather than having like the Star Forge be on Lehon on the map, it's a thing that you can't just rush to. You have to build up by taking those important planets for it, and then it's kind of like the climactic battle to shut the Sith down. And so that's something that we hope to have done in at least a kind of having the bones of those mechanics set up for the first release. Even if it's not like fully fleshed out with like the ground battles element or something of Lehon. So it should be at least having those relays and then having the kind of wave assault mode at the Star Forge over Lehon. So that's like the main story thing that we're hoping to have set up in the first release.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's get Jolie in.
I feel very tired of
Which-
this now.
Jolie's model was actually fairly recently finished on the cosmic scale. So I think is in, I can't remember if it's actually been rigged, so we'll see in a second here. Yes, there's Jolie.
Let's
A nice
see.
backhand.
I'm going to go on ahead. That would be me. Jolie
So we got some,
Time to pay attention.
we got two of our
I am
KotOR characters. Jolie with a much better face model by Slever than what I did for Juhani. Juhani was a kit bash that I did, kind of taking existing model parts like Tawny from the base game, one of the cut characters, and I made her model out of that.
I'll never bow
So eventually she may get redone, but like Empire at War Infantry only has
I will try.
such high requirements, you're not staring too closely at their faces.
This will become problematic.
And at least it's a unique model for her.
Stay in formation.
Alright, these Juggernaut droids also going to be watching this landing zone for us. They can't capture it yet. He's in there. Juhani, I think, is going to be fine.
Warm up.
I should send one of these war... No, I think I need both of these Warwalkers to keep going over. Alright, she'll be okay. Jolie, you're getting it. You guys don't need to push too far out.
On my way, sir.
Should be getting that quickly enough that I can land some other vehicles and infantry to support her.
I seem to still have much to learn. You are treading a dangerous path, I fear.
Nope. Keep going.
I copy.
We can succeed together.
We'll clear the way for you.
Is how we choose your reinforcements.
Alright, bring in the take droids, bring in some other infantry, and we're just gonna
Advancing. Acknowledged.
At maximum
Reporting.
keep those
once more.
pincered.
Yes, sir. I anticipate notice.
There we go.
We are ready to
Good
advance.
stuff.
I urge
Now, Jolie, get the sensor back here.
not this again.
Is the "I will be your doom" from Hearthstone? Nope, that is a Juhani line from KotOR.
Commander. I got
Really, really a nice sign of her return to the light side.
Affects me.
ready for recon. Gearing up.
Signal received.
When she runs around yelling that in
I'm Jolie.
We have captured
Jolie
an
Benton.
abandoned
In KotOR?
mining facility.
I need to get
That
over
seems
there.
pretty
There you go.
convenient, but it won't hurt to look.
All right, Juhani, you are getting that money for us. You got it. Good.
Ready
We
to
can
move.
start walking into the
Weapons
base.
ready.
Targeting rebels.
I will do
Moving
what
to
it takes
secondary
redeem
position.
myself from the
Awaiting
eyes of my
destination.
peers.
Almost there.
You've secured
Moving to
the
secondary
Darth
position.
Revan.
They're all struggling. But I think... Yeah, I think we need to hold you back a little bit. Juggernauts are all going to be down. But you guys are
Scout trooper active.
all okay, and we can hit them with the bombing run there.
Engaging
Okay, don't go too far up
Affirmative, sir.
on your own.
Hostile sighted. Watching for the enemy. Scouting area.
I just need to make sure he doesn't get rolled up on too much. There's only one Baragwin there, so
Unit
get in there.
destroyed.
Smack it. There you go, Jolie. Good stuff.
Scout trooper reporting.
Reinforcement
Where's Juhani? She's still back here. Get to that infantry.
Roger that.
And I think you guys can just focus on this structure. Yeah, because Juhani's going to be able to take out that infantry. Now, Jolie, there's still some Mandalorians running around. And you need to do what Mandalorians do best. Make them lose a battle. Oh, those aren't Mandalorians. Those are capturables, I think. Oh, no, those are the Neo Crusaders. I wasn't...
This might sting a bit.
I was
I
incorrect.
only have to look at you.
Okay,
followed
you can
by
get
the
in.
rest.
Jolie's gonna follow them into the base.
Unit
Maybe
destroyed.
speed up a little bit. I know you're a little bit old. Good job. You're not really old at this point, though.
Unit destroyed. It is especially rare coming from you.
Juhani, can you take out the
I only hope
structure there? You guys have got this one.
We'll back you up.
And Jolie, yeah, I guess destroy the tax collection agency.
Copy. On the way.
I pledge my life to your cause.
There you go.
I copy. Open fire.
The Mandalorians are probably another candidate like the Hutts were for a
You go through with
a
this,
different way their economy will work. Them in the Yuzon Vong, but
Bombardment
that's
available.
more of a down the road kind of consideration rather than something that'll be
The lure of the dark side.
too heavily
Affirmative, sir.
figured in for
As you would know better.
the first
Back
release.
you up.
Because again, like what we're really going for with the early releases is to get the core of the mod set up.
Cover you.
And so, well, that does include wanting to get at least a basic government mechanic done for everyone. There'll still be plenty to do over time.
well, no point hanging
All
around
right,
here.
get that one. And get back here.
I will help you through all trouble.
The
Such
enemy
is the
has
will
been
of the
defeated.
There we go.
System control achieved.
All right, so we'll be able to build those up. And our next attack is gonna be Adahawks and Tatooine, I think are the two that we want to take most. But we are going to leave it there for today's episode. We're going to keep going here on Twitch, but for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. We'll be live once again on Friday with episodes. I guess that'll be 4 and 5 that we're recording then. So stick around on Twitch and see you next time. Bye, everyone.